Hey everybody, and welcome to Skills Ontario Virtual Edition 2021. My name is Randy Gallant, and on behalf of myself and my partner Mike Jarabek, we'd like to welcome you to the electronics competition. So this year's competition is going to be broken into 4 different tasks. Your first task is going to be breadboarding a circuit. Second task is taking some measurements. Third task is building a printed circuit board circuit. And the final is a theory test. So 4 tasks throughout the day. So the day will begin on May the 4th, and we will be starting exactly at 9 o'clock a.m. So it's best that you log in early, so somewhere between 8:30 and 9 o'clock, get logged in, make sure everything is working in your virtual environment. So for your virtual environment, you're going to need a webcam, you're going to need some speakers and a microphone, so some way to be able to communicate with us as we run through the day and the competition. So make sure that you read your scope completely through. The scope is available on the Skills Ontario website. So throughout the day, you're going to be doing 4 different tasks. So your first task in the morning is going to be breadboarding a circuit. So for secondary students, your parts are going to arrive in a box like this. Don't open it until the day of the competition. And if you do, the envelopes inside are going to be sealed. Okay, so Purelator will drop off a box, and inside that box contains the stuff you're going to be using to build your circuits. What else you're going to be required for your breadboard is you're going to require a breadboard like this, and some basic hand tools. So we will provide you with wire and all that kind of stuff in your box, but you're going to need something to cut the wire and to strip the wire. So your basic hand tools that are laid out for you in the scope. For post-secondary, same idea. Your box has already arrived for you. You're going to require a minimum of 1. I would have 2 of these boards handy. As well, you are going to require a power supply, a 12-volt power supply, and your hand tools. The secondary breadboard project is going to be running on a battery. We will provide you with the battery, but for post-secondary, you will require a 12-volt power supply. The second part that'll go on in the morning as well is measurement. So you're going to be taking some measurements on the breadboard circuit that you built. So for secondary students, what you require is a digital multimeter and some leads. For post-secondary students, you also need some kind of digital multimeter, and you will require a scope with leads. So secondary, just the multimeter, post-secondary, multimeter, and a scope. In the afternoon, we will be doing a printed circuit board assembly. The printed circuit board stuff will be in your package for you. Secondary students, what you require is some kind of a soldering iron, soldering station, and a desoldering pump. You can use solder paste. You can use any kind of aid in your assembly that you require. So if you want to use a third hand to hold your circuit board, by all means you may do so. And then you require again your hand tools for cutting the components and doing your assembly. Some lead-free solder will be in your kits, in your box. and everybody's going to be using the same solder. So we have some lead-free solder that has been put in the box for you. For post-secondary, same idea. You're going to require a soldering station, soldering iron, something to remove solder, solder paste, flux pen, whatever you require for soldering, as well as your hand tools. Same thing, there will be some lead-free solder in your box for you to use for that. Then we will end off the day with a theory test. Both the secondary and post-secondary, what you require is calculator and some kind of pen, pencil, paper to do rough work, whatever it may be. What else? There will be a lunch break. So depending on where you are, for post-secondary students, if you are doing this on your campus, make sure that there's either some place for you to go and get something to eat, or you bring some lunch with you. Secondary students, from what we understand, you will be doing this competition at home, so hopefully you've got some food in the fridge. One of the things that we're going to be watching for is safety violations. The big thing that we're going to be looking for is to make sure that you are wearing some kind of a safety glasses when you are doing your soldering work. So when you're doing soldering, we want to make sure that you're wearing some kind of safety glasses. So make sure you have a set of safety glasses with you in your little toolbox. We want to make the competition as fair and as open as possible. We have never done this type of an event before. Everything will be done live on webcam. So your webcam will be turned on for the whole competition, and we will be watching you do your work. You will be using your webcam to demonstrate your work, and it will be live. So everything that we're going to be doing, except for the marking of the theory test, pretty much everything else is going to be done live. You're going to build your products in front of the webcam. You are going to demonstrate your finished product with the webcam as well. Let's see, what else? The winner. So the gold medal winner has an opportunity to go on and compete for Team Ontario in the national competition for Canada. So you'd be going up against other provinces. So if you win the gold medal in this competition, it is quite possible that Skills Ontario will be inviting you to join them and take part in the virtual Canada Skills competition, which will take place, I think it's the 3rd week of June, if I'm not mistaken. So if you do win the gold medal, then it's a good possibility that you will be invited to compete for Team Ontario in the national competition. So in conclusion, summary, May the 4th, the competition will start at 9 o'clock on the dot. So make sure you get logged in a little bit before that. Make sure all of your technology and everything is working. You will be receiving information from Skills Ontario on how to log in to the virtual environment. And once you take care of all of that stuff and you log in, we will be there to greet you on Tuesday morning. The morning will start off again with a breadboard and measurement. Then we will break for lunch. Return after lunch. We will do printed circuit board assembly and a theory test. And we're going to end somewhere between 3 and 3:30. That is the plan. If anybody has any kind of issue with the timing, please let us know. But that is the plan that we're going on right now. Make sure again you read the scope and that you have all of the tools that are asked in that scope. Make sure you have, again, your digital multimeters. And for post-secondary, you folks are going to be requiring a scope, and you're going to be requiring a multimeter, a power supply. There we go, power supply. So I hope the competition goes well. I hope we have no technical issues. We're counting on everything running nice and smooth for the day. So I'd like to take this opportunity again on behalf of myself and Mike to wish you all the best of luck. And we will see you bright and early on May the 4th for the electronics competition for Ontario Skills. So everybody stay safe, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on the 4th.